button here. Okay, everyone, welcome to week number 2 of Rockstars on the Rise. Last week, we had a super efficient call on booking your calendar full, getting a strong calendar and making contacts and how to do that with the words to do it. And we had some additional training with some of the call to action items on Stephanie Richardson, watching her little training on that, and then how to fill your calendar with Marna Ross. So what did you guys, those of you that watched the Stephanie Richardson training, what are your thoughts on that? The 25 contacts.
Oh. I wrote down my whole list of contacts, but I haven't done anything yet. I was going to start tomorrow.
Okay.
I went and played with my husband today, so we went and played golf. So
that sounds fun.
But yeah, tomorrow's my day.
Anybody else? How did your contacts go?
Mine went pretty good. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parties from it.
8.
No, awesome, Amanda. Wow. Way to go.
I'm knocking myself.
8 parties. So, Amanda, tell us how many contacts you made and like how many messages you sent, how many were actual contacts with the two-way, and so that produced that 8 bookings.
I don't have the exact tallies on that, but I tell you I sent an obscene amount of messages that did not get responses. Mm-hmm. Definitely. But a lot of the ones that actually did respond were answered in a way that I can check back with them. So I put those in my Google Calendar like you suggested. So I remember to follow up and hopefully book that for the future. A lot of people are just getting back to work, and I got a lot of, too crazy right now, blah, 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 that sort of thing. But the people that I talked to, I really kind of, instead of focusing on the rewards and stuff, I talked about the mental break from the stress of everything that's going on in the world, and just if they thought it might be fun to do something different from what we're having to deal with.
I love that. So you provided another option instead of just like the fun free stuff or the free stuff. You focused on the fun.
Yeah. And I have one who is a EMT that I think she wants to do the fundraiser, which I've never done a fundraiser. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Yay. That's
good
awesome.
Job.
Congratulations. Yeah. So you definitely made your 50 contacts. You had like 50 two-way. Did you have 50 two-way?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've got 2 pages worth going here.
Good job.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So it paid off. That's like, and we talked about on the last call getting the 16 bookings so that you can submit 12 shows. So I know she had shows on her calendar, but she essentially got half of her month right there. Boom.
And that was in 2 days. So I'm definitely going to keep doing it. And honestly, I was dreading it because it seemed like too many, just like trying to wrap my head around it. But then as I started doing it, I was able just to it took me hardly any time. So it wasn't that bad
and
as I thought it was going to be.
Basically copying and pasting the same message, but then maybe catering it to like, hey, Patty, how have you been?
Mm-hmm. I made sure to use everyone's name, and the people that I didn't really talk to anymore were definitely a copy and paste. People that I knew a little more personally, I kind of started with asking questions about, their kids or what's going on in their life, that sort of thing. But for the most part, copy and paste.
That's awesome. Now, were any of the people that booked parties, were any of them from like previous people that you'd contacted previously that at all about Pamper Chat?
Mm-hmm. A couple of them were follow-ups from one of them was like from another party, and another one is a friend that I've asked before. So that was like my 3rd time talking to her about it, and she finally did it.
So that just goes to show, like, just because they said no once doesn't mean it's a no forever. It's just a no, not right now.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I know you can kind of read like when it's a blanket no, but sometimes they answer in a way that's, leaves it open to talk about it again. So
absolutely. Great job. Congratulations.
So taking notes. Thank you. Taking notes on how they answer was like really helpful because after I did it for like 15 minutes, it all kind of started to blur together.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to take notes on exactly what they said on my paper. So that was helpful too.
So that you know going back, like, oh, now wasn't a good time, follow up in Christmas time or something, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else?
I did it.
How'd it go, Miss Amanda?
It went good. I was sitting here because I couldn't really move and go anywhere, so I thought, why not? So my husband actually typed them into the computer for me because I was writing them down on a spiral and it was getting too many pages. And he was like, this is ridiculous. And so I think by the time he got done typing them in, I think it was upwards of 200 people that I like messaged. But I did get 52-way contacts, but I was short of the 16 parties. I was short 2 in August, and so I kept going till I got those last 2 because I was like, oh no, I'm gonna get those last 2. So I ended up with like 62 two-way contacts, and then I got my 16 parties, and I got 5 for September too.
Amazing.
Girl.
Now, if they all hold, that's a whole different story.
They win. Well, most of them will. You'll be fine.
But that's why we did 16, so that you'll have 12 solid ones to submit
Right.
in August. That's
Can we get your sweet husband to help us?
Yeah. And I'm going to change my name to Amanda. That's what I'm going to do.
It's
The funny part was he color coded it. So if they said no, like, and it was a all the way no, he color coded it red. And then if it was a yes, then he made it green and he put the date in that they said yes. And then if it was a yellow, it was a no, check back with me like in a couple months. And he wrote that little note in. So he was very nice and did that for me because I was done and tired at that point. But I did get them all on my calendar.
that
Way to go.
is amazing. I love that little system. Like, it sounds like an Excel spreadsheet. Like, he just kind of put it in. And
Yeah, that's kind of what he did. And then I made my message very short this time. Instead of it being like, hey, all this stuff, I just said, hey, I'm trying to fill up my calendar with parties for August. Wondering if you're interested. I have this date and this date. What do you think? That is all I said.
How easy is that?
Because I was tired of like, I don't know. I was just trying. I was like, I'm gonna try this something different so that they don't see the same thing all the time. Because a lot of them were people I'd already messaged before, and so I got a lot more response back. So
From
I don't know.
Sweet.
From the short and sweet, and I didn't even put their name. I said, "Hey, girl," like, "Hey, girl," like that. But that's what I said. I was like, I'm not even doing names. Because I've messed up too many times and have the wrong name in there, and then I mess up, and then that looks really bad.
I've done that too. Like,
I've done that too.
See, we're all not perfect, guys. Your leadership team, we're not perfect. We're pampered. So you don't have to be perfect to be a leader in our organization. I love that.
Right.
So,
I was excited. I mean, I just worked until I got my calendar filled, and I even ended up with some because they wouldn't do August and asked for like maybe September. And I thought, well, shoot, I'm just going to go ahead and throw some dates out there and get them on there. And so I did.
That's good.
that's awesome. That's exactly what you should do. Try to, if you can't get them to commit in August or what the month you're booking, then you go to the next month, but you give them dates. You don't leave it blank. Like, okay, yeah, I'll check back in September. You get them dated on the calendar. That's awesome. So making the contacts, guys, works. Like, it works. You have 2 people right there that just told you how many people they messaged and did not give up until they reached their goal. It works. And now they have full calendars. So those full calendars are going to turn in to some new team members as well, because they're either going to be the host of these parties that are going to flip and become consultants, or think of the amount of people that they're going to reach in each of these parties. So with some quick math, if you figure there's, let's say, an average of 30 each party, just an average. So 30 times 16 would be what? 490, something like that.
Mhm.
That's a lot of
good number.
A really good number. So if it's 490, I was an English teacher, not a math teacher. That's just trying to quick while I talk. But if it's that obscene of number, do you think out of close to 500 people, somebody's going to be interested in the business?
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. So that you can see right here how having a strong calendar will launch you into recruiting and having a team, building a team. So we are going, if you did not make your 50, so for those of you that didn't make your 50, you didn't quite get there, or you tried, or maybe you made your list and you just haven't got a chance to contact people yet, make that your priority. Like tonight, do it tonight. Send 20 tonight real quick. And just like, I mean, you could go either way, where Amanda Miller focused on the fun instead of what's going on in the free products and all that kind of stuff, or do it short and sweet, just like Amanda Carlton did, where she was just like, hey girl, I got some dates I need filled in August. What do you think? I have this date and this date. So people love it, love honesty and directness. When you let them know why you're contacting them and a purpose. People don't have time to like read through innuendo. They just want to know what, when, and where, and why. Just quick and to the point. So if you didn't get the results that you wanted, don't give up. Still do it. Get your contact sheet out. I love that whole color-coded thing. I'm going to try and implement that actually. I do it on a spiral, but I love how it's like quick and easy, because I have things color-coded in my Google Calendar. So the colors spoke to me. So I love that.
He said you can sort it, like you could either sort it alphabetically or you can sort it by like color. So you can sort it by green, yellow, red, and then it's sorted that way too. So he made it where you could sort it also by date. So either however I wanted to look at it. So I did it by the green, yellow, red so that I know what to do. I like it better that way.
Yeah, I love that, because like yellow people, I need to contact them again. Like they're not a no,
Right.
they're just a no, not right now. And
right.
I love that. So anybody have any questions on the contacts before we move on to recruiting?
Nope.
Okay, just do it. So now you want to focus on recruiting. So how do we get recruits? What's the main way we get recruits in our business?
Parties.
Parties, right?
Mhm.
Your parties, people that are your guests at your shows. They're in your party because they either love Pampered Chef already, they love to cook, or they need to learn how to cook, or they're trying to have some fun, or they want some free stuff. So those are all reasons that people come to a party, virtual or in person. So that's where you get the majority of your recruiting leads, is at your party. Now, is it possible to get recruiting leads other places? Absolutely. I personally was an anomaly. When I promoted to director, I got most of my first people on my director team through people I met at events. I did a lot of, at the beginning of my business, like vendor events and stuff. We had like a Dover Days where we lived in Dover, and different kind of 4th of July event. And I recruited at those events. I just talked to them about the business. I was excited about it and signed them up basically there. But that's not typical. But that is another way that you can meet people, not currently in the situation of our world, but just outside of parties. So that could be a way of people that are friends. Maybe they're friends that are looking for some extra income, right? Maybe they're running out of unemployment right now. Maybe they're looking for something different, something flexible. A lot of people in this country are going to be homeschooling again. And so maybe they need something that's flexible to be able to do, to pair with that. This is a great option with the flexibility. So that's another way. Friends, family, maybe you have family members that are in the same situation. And I mean, this is perfect case in point. Patty and Carrie are sisters. Patty has been, 5 years in Pampered Chef already? Oh,
4.
4. Okay, 4 years in Pampered Chef. And Carrie just joined her team earlier this spring, right, Carrie?
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
So 4 years into her business, Carrie decides to start Pampered Chef. After watching Patty have some success over the years, I know they're really close, have some success, seeing the trips she's earning and the money she's making and all that good stuff, and the products. So maybe you have a family member. Maybe you've talked to them in the past about Pampered Chef, but this hasn't been the right time. Circle back into your family. I came home from vacation, and I had a cousin who used to be on my team and not on my team anymore. And I talked to her about Pampered Chef, and I'm pretty sure she's coming back. So, I mean, it could be family that you're not thinking about. And another way to meet people is in your social circles. So maybe it's somebody that you've met at work, at a job. Maybe they're not working right now either. Maybe they're not necessarily a friend, but there's somebody that pops into your mind that would be great at this. We all have what we call a chicken list. Does anybody know what I say when I mean chicken list?
Mm.
It's Patty smiling. Patty, what comes to mind when I say chicken list?
People that you'd love to have, but you're too chicken to ask them because you think they're not interested.
Exactly. People that you would love to work with, but you're just so scared to ask them, right? I have like 3 or 4 people that I can think of off the top of my head that I would love to work with that are so fun, but they're my chicken list. Like, oh, I don't know, what they think. We all have those people that you get along with well. Like, we are so blessed to have an organization that we have a lot of great people. All of you on this call, we all get along really well. Some of you have not met in person. Some of you have. And we all get along really well. So you love the people that you work with. So think about people that, you've had in either past jobs or friends, or maybe they're just Facebook friends. Maybe they're associates on Facebook, like they're a friend of a friend, but you just watch their posts all the time and they are just a fun person, and you would just love to have somebody like that on your team. So you're going to make a chicken list. So I'm going to give you about 30 seconds, and you're going to try to come up with 3 or 4 people that you're just would love to work with, but you're chicken to ask. You just haven't chatted with them yet about the business opportunity. I feel like I should be playing the Jeopardy thing. Da-na.
Yeah.
Okay, how many of you guys came up with 1 person? How many of you came up with 2? Okay, how about 3? Couple. Any more than 3? 4?
I got 5.
5. Okay, anybody more than 5? No. And So those 5, Carrie, you've never talked to them about the business, right? These are just people that you think you would be great at this.
Well, only one of them I've talked to about the business, only one of them, but, and she was a host too, but it's just somebody that I just keep putting and talking to her every time about. But yes, the other ones I have not.
Absolutely.
We're going to need to make sure we don't have the same people on the list.
I don't think you do. I mean, there may be one that we have. That's all. So, but yeah, these are some friends and one family member.
So that chicken list, you can see how that could easily turn into 1, 2, 3, or 5 team members. Maybe they've been waiting for you to ask them. Maybe they're like, well, if this is so awesome, why haven't they asked me? That literally happens where people are like, why haven't you asked me about this? If you're making money at this and you're earning these trips and getting all these products and you love what you do, why haven't you asked me about it? It kind of reminds me of when you have something that you love, you want to go tell everybody about it, right? You have a great hairdresser, you're telling everybody about them to go get their hair done by Susie Q down at the parlor because she does a great job. Or it's your favorite restaurant. Like you tried a new place and you're like, oh my gosh, you definitely got to try this. I do that all the time. I feel like ShopRite grocery store, when the online ordering started, the grocery pickup, like they should have started paying me commission when I lived in New Jersey. I got so many people to pick up their groceries at ShopRite and do the shop from home option when it was just coming up and coming. So when you're excited about something, you want to share it. So your business should be something that excites you. And if it's not, you need to make a call with your upline and we need to talk about passion. And that was some of the things we covered in Mastermind and where your passion is for your business. But when you're excited about something, you want to share about it. So those chicken people you are going to contact this week, that's going to be one of your call to actions. I know y'all saw that coming. But those are going to be the first people that you contact this week to talk about the business opportunity. And when you talk about the business opportunity, one thing that I have had trouble with in the past, and I've overcome it, is word vomit. You don't want to word vomit all over people and let them know why they need to join and, like all the things and tell them all the benefits and you don't want to give them too much because then people are like, whoa, what just happened here? Like that sounds like too much for my little brain to process. You just want to give them snippets, like a 30-second commercial. Think about a 30-second commercial. That's what you need to do. Why this would be great for them, why you would love to work with them, and maybe what they could get out of this business, right? So for example, let's say Patty was on my chicken list. Hey, Patty, I am so excited. Oh my gosh. So I've been wanting to ask you for a long time, but I would just love to work with you. You know, I love my Pampered Chef business and you have just the best personality and people would just love you. And I know you love the product. You've been using them for years. You would be amazing at this. Have you ever thought about having some fun and maybe earning some extra income and feeding your little Pampered Chef habit with some free products?
Now, do you really want me to play along? Or
yeah, tell me how you would. Yeah, how would you react to that if somebody said that and flattered you, but was honest and genuine about that?
Yeah. Well, thank you. That's really nice. I can honestly tell you, I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about that. It seems like you guys work pretty hard, even though we do love the product. I do love the product. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. So letting them know why you're letting them know why they would be great at this, and why you want to work with them. You don't have to give them the whole brochure about being a Pampered Chef consultant. That stuff Dash will give them, right? Let them know, hey, why don't we try it out and I'll run a launch party for you. You're going to get the commission and you're going to get the free products. So you're going to get the host benefits, but with some money thrown into it. And then we'll get a couple of your friends to do a couple parties to make some money to go with that. What do you think? You want to try it next month?
Sure.
Like, easy, guys. Pampered Chef doesn't have to be a marriage. It can literally just take it out on a couple dates. That's the best way to explain it. You're not in a high intensity relationship. Just take it out. Take it out. So some people that you want to look for in your parties. These are some flags. People that ask questions. You want to look for people that ask a lot of questions. If people offer, if it's in a cooking party, if they offer to help you, those are the ones you want to get. You want to make sure that in your party, you're telling your story about why you started Pampered Chef, what you've gained from it, what you were hesitant about when starting, and how you've overcome that. You also want to follow up who comment a lot and have a lot of Pampered Chef products in their Pampered Chef closet. I always ask, did you get those by hosting, or are you just an amazing guest? You want to ask questions. Key is ask questions. And if they love Pampered Chef items and they've hosted, you know they love the product, so they would probably be great at doing this. Key person, Patrice has been on my team for, I think, coming up on 3 years. And she has been a Pampered Chef lover for like over 20 years, I think. So it was just finally the right time.
Had a 1996 Season's Best.
There you go, 96. And she didn't join until like 2017.
December 31st, 2017 at 4 p.m.
Fruit of the year.
Honestly, that's really right, because Carrie knew way more about Pampered Chef than I did when I started. She's been buying it probably 1990, the early 90s.
90s.
Yeah, the early 90s. And she knew way more about it than I did when I started it. So
I have a lot of those seasoned bests and a lot of those, you know, the molds that you used to could buy.
just a stack of Season's Best, like a whole thing like that.
She was just priming herself.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Some questions that you want to look out for in your parties. When they ask you on your question post, how many parties do you do a week? Are there any consultants? Are there lots of consultants in my area? Do you get to keep all the products that come in your kit? Yeah, we do. I always have a question when people ask me, like, how much time does it actually take you to do this? I love that question. I'm like, look, it doesn't take me that much time at all. About an hour and a half on a party from start to finish. And that's including with like the little 5-minute increments that I go in and respond. So then I always follow that up with like, do you have an extra hour and a half a week to make some extra income? Usually they do. They can find it. Keep your conversations short and relatable to people. That kind of goes with that word, short and relatable. You want to do some recruiting activities. You want to have posts on your party, specific recruiting posts. You want to have one a day. One a day. One of the ones that I have is about like the different discounts that you can get with Pampered Chef, like Apple and Sprint, and I think Verizon's one of them, Costco, like all those things. And I have them guess, like, how many discounts can you get with Pampered Chef as a consultant? You want to so make them games. That's where I get a lot of offer tickets. Do several posts about why you love being a consultant. And even if you're comfortable with it, go live. Like, and this is the thing, let them see you. If you have children, small children at home, or any kids at home, let them see you in your kitchen with your little ones crawling around. People love that because they can relate to that. I get like the best feedbacks when I go live and my kids are like trying to get into everything. And I'm like, hey guys, you know, like I'm keeping my cool for the camera, but they love that because that's what's going on in their kitchen. So stay relatable. Anyone who likes or comments on those posts, message them. Send them a personal message. And if they can't see your message, you're not friends, then just, you know, tag them and say, hey, Joe, check your message requests folder in your inbox. I sent you a fun message. And then you want to, I always do it via text as well, especially if they've placed an order. If they're a rock star, I'm not letting them go before I ask them about joining joining the Pamper Chef. And I get them to usually host a party. Like, hey, I'll run your launch show. I know you were kind of wanting to host a party already. What do you say about trying it out and making the commission to go with that? So some of those, for both Amandas, I mean, some of those parties right there on your calendar could be your next consultant. They could be your next director. Does anybody have any questions about posts, making a post every day about the business?
I do all the time.
Okay.
I will say that since they've made all the changes with the rules of what we can say and can't say, they have uploaded a ton of different things in market imagery for recruiting that are legal to use now.
Awesome. So yeah, check marketing and imagery. It's always changing. I can't even keep up with it. So check them for some current posts. Through tools, using power tools at your parties. Post about power tools. And even if you go live on a video or show a video sharing a power tool, those power tools are ways to recruit, because people will want to, like now the new kit is going to include the air fryer. Like, hey, you love that air fryer. Why don't you just get it in your kit and get so you'll get that in your kit, and then you can, I'll run your launch party and you can earn some free product. Yes.
Hey, Shaughnessy, I have a funny air fryer story. So I just went live real quick in a party a couple weeks ago. It was that Saturday after conference. I came home, I was exhausted, but I was so hungry. And I just went live in a party and made chicken nuggets in my air fryer. And it got so much response because then I shook them up in a bag with like Buffalo Wild Wing sauce. And I was like, boom, it's Boneless Thursday every day. And then I showed how easy the cleanup was. So you don't have to do like gourmet meals, just FYI. I literally went live for 4 minutes.
I love that. Hey guys, I'm not trying to, I didn't mean to interrupt you, and I know Patty's going to talk. I apparently logged into my other Zoom account, and so this is the one that's free and not my paid one. So if it logs you out, because it says, tell me I have less than a minute, but I'm not going to pay for it because I already paid for another one. Just dial right back in and I'll dial right back in. So I apologize. I don't know how I got logged into my other account, but yeah, just log right back in. Patty, what were you going to say?
I have no idea. I was really happy to say it, but now I got so excited about her making chicken nuggets on the power tool, I just forgot.
But look at how she said that was unscripted. She literally grabbed some frozen chicken nuggets out of the freezer and some buffalo sauce. Like we all have something like that in our freezer. Something that she didn't take her a lot of time to prep. And people can see that. And that is relatable. People can be like, oh my gosh, I am hungry. Like, I could totally do that. Being relatable. So when you go live, just being relatable makes the biggest difference in your recruiting. Making your job seem easy, like it is. And having the systems that we have in place to do that, whether it's Dash, like Dash, a lot of you are new on this call and all you know is Dash. Dash has like totally changed the way new consultants come in. It's flipping amazing.
In just like 1 year.
In 1 year. Yes.
1 year.
Yes. Like all that stuff before, that was stuff that directors had put together on their